What's going on there, guys? Kempy here, and welcome back to the start of Season 2 and a transfer special for the second season of this Newcastle United side. And before we get into any spoilers on how last season went, there is a full Season 1 video that is linked, hopefully just up there if I've remembered. If not, the last video on the channel was a full, probably like 5 hour long Season 1 bonanza, all clipped into one big video. So if you need to watch anything on catch up, feel free to go ahead and watch that one. If you want to watch just the last episode to find out how things went, feel free to go and do that. I'm about to spoil it in 3, 2, 1. Last season was awful. Absolutely shocking. We come 9th in the league. We got knocked out in the Champions League straight away in the group stage. Didn't get put into the Europa League. Knocked out in the third round of the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. And one to forget. So, the board somehow kept us on. I've got absolutely no idea how. I mean, he's the nicest guy in the world, and Amanda Staveley just says yes to him, so that's fantastic. And they've given us 233 million to go ahead and spend, so this is going to be fun. This might be 5 hours long, and so I've given myself about 4 or 5 hours to record it because I want to make a very, very good side. I've already gone through the team and decided who I want to keep and who I want to sell. No one's been transfer listed just yet, but this is my plan. I'm going to show you the tactic that I've created as well. It looks something like this. Ignore the name of it. It's just an edit from a tactic I made for the Ten Hag. It's a back four with an inverted wing back and inverted full back. You're saying you started of this tactic. I started with something very, very similar, yes, and I moved away from it because I was scared. But this season, we haven't got to worry about playing 400 games. We've got just the league, the FA Cup, and the Carabao Cup to go ahead and do. And we're going to win the league this season. I'm sure of it. So inverted wing back, Kieran Trippier, 2 centre backs. Botman is staying. We need someone next to him. An inverted full back on defend. Dan Burn is fantastic, but he's going to be a backup this season. If we want to challenge for Champions League, he needs to be a backup. Bruno Guimaraes is staying at the club. He has come to me and said, boss, I want to go to a Champions League club. I said, oh, Bruno, you, sir, need to wait. Next season, just watch what we do. He said, let me see what signing to bring in, and we will see. So we're going to have to impress Bruno Guimaraes. So he stays for this season. So this summer window is absolutely massive. I'm going to be signing a brand new central midfielder now. Tonali is going to be leaving the club. This is not because of his betting scandal. Believe it or not, he was absolutely last season. A 6.85, 32 games, 7 assists, and was pretty useless. He's got about over 138 million. So goodbye, Sandro. Thank you for being here. And Emil Smith-Rowe was a signing we made last season who looks fantastic, and he's going to be playing as a Mazzaro on support in the left centre mid role. Anthony Gordon was one of our stand-up performers last season. He is keeping his spot on the right wing position. A brand new left winger to go ahead and sign is a priority, and I want a superstar, a Rafael, a Kvaratskhelia, Ansu Fati. I want someone on that left wing that teams will go wow at, because Harvey Barnes isn't that. Thank you, Harvey, but you're not that good. And then Isaac up top. I mean, he has to be up top. The bench, it took a lot. Andre Lunin, Tim Livramento, Harry Maguire. Again, if you've not watched Season 1, go and watch it. It was mental. We need another backup centre-back, Dan Burn. Lewis Hall comes into the team this year after the slight bug of him not being able to play last year. He is here as a backup DM. Joe Linton and Anderson as the 2 backup midfielders. Brahim Diaz, the backup to Gordon, and Brian Zaragoza as the backup left winger. People were looking to sell. There is a lot. Now, there are some players here that are going out on loan, including Yakumba Minte and Lewis Miley, who are both fantastic young talents, but simply aren't quite good enough yet, and are both going to go out on loan. Lewis Miley was at the club for the first half of the season last year, went out on loan in January, progressed really well in that loan spell, so I'm hoping he goes back to a championship club and absolutely tears it up. Garang Kuhl, I think I might sell. We can get about £30 million for him, so that seems clever. Jay Turner-Cook, probably going to sell as well. Shah is gone. Almiron gone. Vicente Pizarro possibly gone. Fran Garcia possibly gone. Ryan Fraser gone. Tonali gone. Jacob Murphy gone. Harrison Ashby does not develop gone. Jamal Lewis gone. Sean Longstaff, I hate to say it, probably gone. Harvey Barnes gone. Matt Targett gone. Isaac Hayden gone. Callum Wilson gone. We have got some serious business to go ahead and do, some serious people to go ahead and sell, and a serious amount of cash to go ahead and spend. So let's get into it. A transfer special, Season 2 with Newcastle. coming right up. And just a very, very quick point from myself as well. This save file from the end of season 1 is going to be available on Patreon for you guys that want to see if you can do better than me. You can take over from the end of season 1 where we finished 9th in the Premier League, and you can have your 233 million, all your players to go ahead and sign from the exact point that we finished the last episode at. So that's going to be available on Patreon down below. That is on the top of the description. If you do pick up the Patreon save, let me know how you do. Twitter, Discord, let me know how you get on and how you spend your 233 million. Of course, we have to start with outgoings. So Harvey Barnes, gone. We're going to be looking to get around £15 million for him out on loan. See you later. £9 million for Fabian Schär. More than happy. Goodbye. Jacob Murphy. For some reason, teams are willing to offer more than a packet of hobnobs. See you later. And at Matt Target, 13 million. Thank you. 1 million for Jamal Lewis. Thank you. And Jacob Murphy, there's even more here for you. They're all loans. You're not going to them, mate. You're going to them ones because they're going to give us actual Wonga. Now, I believe there's about to be some very, very big offers. I've got some news from intermediaries about some potential players that are off and out of the door. Ashby out on loan. Thank you. Fraser out. Gone. Thank you. Loan approach for Schär. I want to sell him. Tonali, £46.5 million. I'm not that unhappy about it. I want about 70, but you know I'm not going to push too much. 51 million. We can get someone better for £51 million, I think. So thanks. See you later, Sandro. Callum Wilson, what do you want, mate? £15 million. Thanks. See you later. Wants to talk. What do you want, Callum? I don't care. Yeah, all right. See you later. Bye. No one wants you, Callum. £15 million. Goodbye. I think we've just made about £200 million there, which is fantastic. Turner Cook, gone. Schär, gone. Fantastic. What a start. Right, the first big sale is done. Callum Wilson, £14.5 million. About as injury prone as Abu Diaby. That's how injured he was last season. And that name has come out of my brain from somewhere. And he's gone for £15 million. Harvey Barnes is going to go and join him at Aston Villa. Thank you, Harvey. You were also useless last season. Goodbye. Thank you for doing absolutely nothing and getting us 9th in the Premier League, Harvey. Murphy, £6 million. Thank you. See you later. Matt Target to Leicester, £14 million. Thank you. See you later. That's about £40 million in the bank. And a lot of deadwood has been cleared. Schär's opted to stay. Have you, Fabian? Are you sure about that, sir? Because I couldn't care less if you want to stay in this club. You are leaving. Oh, and Tonali thinks he can reject Liverpool, does he? You think you can reject Liverpool? No, you won't. Goodbye, please. Thank you. I quite need your money. Sandro, if you could please leave, that would be fantastic. I don't want you, all right? When are you going to understand? If I'm offering you out for an intermediary, I really don't want you here at the club. Look, Bayern Munich are a fantastic club. You just go there and have some fun. Look, go there for 58 mil and enjoy yourself, Sandro. They're in the Champions League. You will love it. You will absolutely love it, Bayern. You can go and play with Harry Kane. Look, we've got to qualify for the Champions League. We've got £280 million to go ahead and spend. If I reach the final, oh, that's a lot of money. Extra 12 million could be big for the semi-final in the FA Cup as well. We are going for it this season. If we don't go for it, if we don't go for it and we get sacked, it's more embarrassing than going for it and doing absolutely nothing. So outgoings are pretty much done. We're going to have about £330 million to spend, which is great because I can't wait to spend every single penny of that, and 500k in the wage budget now as well. So I've got about 300 million to go and spend, and this is going to be fun. Right, well, thank you very much, Sandro, for listening to me. I will shake your hand as you leave the door and say ta-ra, because £58 million is going to get me, hopefully, a better midfielder that actually produces stuff in-game. Now, I have no doubt Sandro Tonali is a fantastic player in real life, and I'm actually a big fan of his. A bit of a shame that he's about to be banned for 10 months due to betting. That's a bit rubbish, because this guy is actually a joy to watch in real life. But on FM, he is very, very similar to Bruno Guimaraes, and I need someone a bit better in that. Not better, because we're not going to find much players better than Sandro, but more creative and more energetic in midfield. I know that sounds a bit crazy, but in my head it makes sense, and I'm going to put my own stamp on this team. So Sandro Tonali, £60 million. Thank you. I'm now going to go and start looking for players. We've got quite a lot of money. Well, I told Fabian Schär he was going, and he is going. I have been looking at left wingers, and they're going to bring in Saint-Maximin. I'm not going to bring in Saint-Maximin. He was on the list and someone that I'm very, very much not going for. Takefusa Kubo is a right winger that I am very, very tempted to go ahead and get. We have been asked to sign big name players, and obviously Fukubo is heading that way, and he's from Japan, so he would massively increase sort of our like commercial revenue in a new place. And on FM, that stuff is actually quite important. They've just sort of told me to go away, but £39 million is 10% of our budget. This guy is unbelievable in real life. Fantastic first touch, decision, determination, technique, vision. I think would be absolutely fantastic. I haven't actually done this yet, but if we was to compare him to Anthony Gordon, we would get a much more well-rounded player. Anthony Gordon would go over to the left-hand side, which he can do just as good as he can do the right-hand side. I'd probably make this role the winger role and the right-hand side the inverted role, and just switch things around, and that is very, very interesting to me. Now I'm going to go forward just another couple of clicks to show you someone else that I'm very much interested in, and it is this guy, Pedro Goncalves. Fantastic finishing, fantastic first touch, vision, technique, anticipations, outrageous determination. We know how good Pedro Goncalves can be, but he's only ever done it in Portugal. Could he do it in England is the question. Comparing him to Takefusa Kubo, it's very, very similar, I have to say, and maybe for that 3 years younger, do we get Kubo instead of Pedro Goncalves? Let me know in the comments below. What would you have done? Obviously, I'm not going to see the comment until I've done it, but let me know at this point in the video, would you have gone Goncalves or Kubo? I'm leaning towards Kubo, and that is mainly because I really like him. And after talking to the agent of Kubo as well, it seems like almost a no-brainer. I mean, there's no point in me even doing instalments. We've got so much money. But for about £33 million, we can get this deal done. I mean, we're going to go with that for 36, and I think that is an outrageous player to bring in as our first player to come in. I think Kubo would be fantastic. We'll set him a target of if you get an average rating, average actual in-match rating of 7.2, you'll be an important first team player as well, and of course he's happy with that. I mean, we don't have to pay him that much. That's not even that much money. This is superb. We might have just found an absolute gem. 94k, have it. Kubo could be signing number one. And for the centre-back signing next to Sven Botman is someone that we have speculated with very, very often, and I think is someone that I really, really like. It's Mark Guehi, and if we compare him to Botman, it looks like the perfect duo polygon. We've got someone a little bit quicker, a little bit better on the ball. We've got someone a little bit better defensively, a little bit better aerially, and their polygon matches up absolutely perfectly in opposite ways, if that makes any sense. Attributes wise, you can see as well, they're better at different things, and that is what you want in a centre-back partnership. Guehi is right-footed, Botman is left-footed. He is a big, big value, £72 million, but he has asked to leave and he wants to move to a bigger club. So let's talk to the agent. We are interested in Mark Guehi. He is interested in us. That wage is a little bit high. Let's bring that down. Let's just go and do it. I think, again, this is a fantastic, fantastic signing. And these two signings of Kubo and Guehi would be exactly what I'd be looking to try and do. £65 million accepted. Mark Guehi could be the second signing, and that was very, very easy. Have we overpaid? Oh, he wants to be a squad player, which he's a 4-star player, so I don't think we need to really worry about this. Again, I'm going to give him quite a high target, so it pushes him to be better. We'll go 7.5 and see what he says to that. He's happy with it. He loves it. And if we can get on 100k as well, I wouldn't mind it. 120 is a bit steep, although that's what he wants. He wants 110. We can deal with that. I think that right there would be two absolutely outrageous signings, and that's £100 million. We've got another 250 to go and spend. And just to confirm then a few things before we sort of go any further, it's the 1st of July, so Jacob Murphy gone, Jamal Lewis is gone, Tonali is gone. Thank you, Tonali, but thank you for goodbye. Emil Kraft is gone. A bunch of players have been released, which I'll show you as well, because I think it's important to sort of just show you everyone that we have just basically got rid of. So Matt Ritchie, Jeff Hendrick, Karius, Will Brown, Wiggett, Josh Scott, Nathan Carleon, Mark Gillespie, Kellen Watts, Bonswell, Cameron Ferguson, Rodrigo Vilca, Jamie Miley, James Huntley, Kyle Crosley, Jude Smith, Kieran Thompson, Ellis Stanton, Sean Mavadivi, and Ben Parkinson have all just left the club on a free contract, which is fantastic. Michael Ndewemi, do you remember him, our superstar? How did you do out on loan last season? Not actually that bad in the Championship, to be fair, Michael. You wanted again by a few clubs to go and important first team player on loan. I'm happy with that. Trippier has just come to me and said I want to leave, basically. Trips, if this is the case, you're gone now, all right? I thought you were interested. Why would you want to leave? You're happy here, right? I do like here, but I still have to look at my options. You must understand. I don't understand, mate. I'm honest. I stand by reason and implore you to reconsider. All right, trips, a contract, or goodbye. All right, see you later. It's that easy, Trippier, mate. I am not up for it. Hire an intermediary. We can get £15 million for you. See you later. That's a bit rash. I agree, but I'm not having someone here like Trippier, who's worth a lot of money, to not be interested. Kubo is coming in as well. The work permit is just for a couple of days' time. A few players released. Anthony Martial. Well, that could be quite fun, couldn't it, as a backup striker. We have obviously got Alex Isaac. That's not the worst backup striker I've ever seen. Hugo Lloris, the backup goalkeeper, is not needed, but could be quite fun. Martial. That feels so me to do. I'm not going to do it. I can't bring myself to do it. I'm going to sign someone young and fun rather than signing 28-year-old rubbish Anthony Martial. Trippier, mate, look, come on then. What do you want? What's your issue? You want to negotiate a fair price? 20 million. All right, thanks. See you later. Roma have come in. 13. I want more, Roma, all right? Give me 17. Oh, that's painful. Sorry. No. Yeah, goodbye. Have I just messed that up? 15 million. Trippier, please leave. Thank you. Please. And I am proud to unveil our first signing, 4-star potential, 4-star current ability, 23-year-old centre-back Mark Guehi. This feels right. He feels like a Newcastle player. He feels like someone that needs to take that next step. He's a fantastic centre-half, and as we've compared already, you compare him and Sven Botman and just look at the graph. It's like a match made in heaven. These two suit each other down to a ground. We've now got 23-year-old Mark Guehi, 24-year-old Sven Botman. Centre-backs are absolutely sorted. We've got Maguire as a backup. That's the dream. We didn't have a young backup, to be fair. But other than that, very, very happy. We now need to decide, is Trippier going to man up and sign a contract, or is he off to Galatasaray? And here he is then for just £36 million. Takefusa Kubo has joined the club, and exactly as mentioned, this guy is going to be absolutely superb. He adds to our sort of winger attacking midfielder core. Brahim Diaz, Brian Zaragoza, Anthony Gordon, and now Takefusa Kubo, I think, is a very exciting young attacking winger, creative core, which I'm very, very happy with. And Kubo slots right in to right wing with Gordon at left wing. Trippier, I think he's off. We've had offers and I've accepted both of them. 12 million from Galatasaray, 8.5 million from Aston Villa. Look, he's the captain, but he wants to leave. He doesn't want to renew his contract, so Trippier is gone. And I think we've found two players that both excite me very, very much. Now, you've just seen there, the Japanese star boost the revenue, exactly like I expected, which is fantastic. And Jurrien Timber is the man, I think, to replace Kieran Trippier. Now, if we look at him as an inverted wing-back on support, fantastic marking, fantastic passing, fantastic tackling technique, and first touches, great teamwork, great determination. He's quick, and he's got stamina, which means he can go up and down in that right wing-back, right back CDM role like nobody's business. Fantastic signing, in my opinion. 55 million, a little bit steep. We can try and get him for about 35, I reckon, and I'd be quite happy. That's a bit ridiculous, isn't it, Arsenal? I mean, you can relax a little bit, can you? I mean, all right, you know what? We've got money. We might as well just give it to him. Here's 45. Go away with all that. All right? Have your 15%. And here's 48 million. All right, whatever. Thank you. We've got so much money, I don't even care. Timber's coming in, and I think that's a fantastic signing as well. He can go into that right back position. He strengthens the team massively. I mean, we're going to sort of just compare their polygons in just a wee second. So Timber, compare Kieran Trippier. Where are you? It's a no-brainer. He's much better defensively. Well, you know, he's much better on the ball and going forward. Defensively and going forward, not quite as good. Look, that is not how I expected it to look. But I don't care. Trippier's 33, he's 23. Timber's our man, and he's going to take us forward. Right, the end of an era. Kieran Trippier is gone. Thank you, K-Trips. I did wonder if this would happen. What's going on, lads? I believe you're a bit unhappy. There's a few targets in mind, like Jay Timms, who's going to be 100 times better than him now. I may have slightly altered the plans a little bit. Timber is a fantastic right back, which I think could do this role, and he could do this role as a defensive, which would allow me, just wait for it, to bring in a more attacking left back. Now that could be Margehi's best mate, Tyrick Mitchell, who could then go into the inverted wing back on that side. It could be Amar Dedic as the left back, who looks absolutely fantastic. I am scouting him just to find out just how good he is. And it could also be Destiny Udogie. And this is my favourite of the options, I think, because I think he's very, very cheap. He hardly played last season for Spurs. He's fantastic in real life. He's got unbelievable potential. And I think would slot very nicely in, which would then allow us to rotate this. So Gordon would be a winger, Kubo would be an inside forward, Smith Rowe would go to that side. We'd basically just flip the tactic a little bit to get the best out of it. I think it would work quite well. And just so you know sort of what I'm thinking this tactic looks like in game, it's something like this. So it'll be Mark Gurhey just in this role. It'll be Botman here. The left back would go into this centre back role here. We would have the right wing back, who I guess is probably that person, would go into this role with Bruno Guimaraes next to him. We would then have Smith Rowe out here. Gordon would end up in here and Kubo out there. So that's how I imagine it looks in game. I'm trying to create diagonals, because diagonals, if you don't know anything about tactics in football, if you can make the pitch a staggered approach rather than lines, is 100 times more difficult to play through, and that is what I think that tactic pretty much creates, which is quite exciting that we can now do that on FM. So I hope it works. It works in my head, and like I said, tactically I do know my football, and I hope that comes across, and I hope that actually works. I mean, that definitely doesn't come across. You were absolutely shocking last year, but you know, that is what it is. We've got to impress the boys. We need to keep bringing in some ridiculous signings. The one player position I haven't looked at just yet is the central midfielder position. Now, it's going to be difficult to find one. We've got a lot of money to spend, so we can get who we want, really. It's just picking the target. I mean, why not? Let's have a look for it now, shall we? Let's have a look at some centre mids. I'm doing it by value as well, because we've got so much outrageous money. I mean, Amadou Onana would be great. He's only a 2.5 star. Florian Wirtz, probably a little bit too attacking. Someone like Milinkovic-Savic, but 3 or 4 years younger. Umar Sansei looks fantastic. Lobotka, Jimmy Garner, Oliver Skip. I mean, I could go through this list for hours, so I'm not actually going to go through this list with you. But probably someone on this scroll is going to be who we sign. And there it is then. Jurrien Timber is in £60 million, the replacement for Kieran Trippier. I think that's a fantastic move. I think we have upgraded, as much as it doesn't like it on the polygon. I think that's a fantastic sign, and it gives us now the option to go and sign Destiny Udogie on the left-hand side and make that side the more attacking side. And I think that's absolutely fantastic. He's potential to be a leading player. I don't know why Mickey Aaron's being asked. I've gone ahead and looked at a few central midfielders. Now, we're going to go through and have a massive little scouting list at these. Does it show the inquiries? It does. So we've got Nico Seidfeld from RB Leipzig. Looks fantastic. Getting him scouted. Samuel Ricky from Torino. Fantastic. Manu Kone from Gladbach. It's almost too good to pass up on, but I understand everyone signs him. So maybe. Tien Koopmeiners looks fantastic, but maybe too similar to Tonali. Renato Sanchez from PSG could be a very, very exciting option. It's sort of reviving his career a little bit could be good fun. Fabio Moretti from Juventus. I mean, his scout report's just come back. He looks stupidly good. And as a box-to-box midfielder, I think he's fantastic. Very much could be him. And Faris Chaibi as well from Eintracht Frankfurt. If you guys don't know who this guy is, he's fantastic. I think maybe he's a little bit too attacking for what we need. We need someone that's going to do the defensive side as well. But Faris Chaibi does look fantastic. So potentially an option. Lovro Maya from Wolfsburg. Another one potentially a little bit too attacking. But my God, he looks absolutely fantastic as well. Good old value on him as well, but he looks absolutely great. And then Lorenzo Pellegrini, we know how good this guy is. He was, scouted by one of you lot in the January video. He is also very, very good, but maybe too close to Joe Linton, but maybe more attacking, which is what we want. So we'll see, but there's a good few options there. And after I'm and ahhing about our brand new central midfielder to play next to Emil Smith Rowe, to give Joe Linton some game time, to allow Bruno Guimaraes to really progress, I decided we should sign 2. Now, we are going to end up loaning out Elliot Anderson, but the first signing has been confirmed. Well, as long as I click this button, Fabio Moretti, £70 million. My good Lord, is he good? And I mean, look at that. Bruno's like, yeah, you know what? That kid, He's pretty special. We're staying. So not only have we got Fabio Moretti, we've also made Bruno Guimaraes happy, so he no longer wants to leave. And I think this is an absolutely outrageous signing. £70 million. He just looks fantastic. I can't believe he's here. I can't believe this guy is here. He looks absolutely fantastic. And of course, if you guys want to see me play with this team as well, this is sort of titled as a rebuild. It's a rebuild of our first season Let's Play. This is going to be a Let's Play for the next week, a week and a half as well, because we're going to be trying to do 2 more seasons before FM24 officially drops, which is exciting. It's mental, but it's fun, and we're going to see these progress like massive. And there is one more player we're signing. That might be him, Renato Sanchez. I think £13 million, which is what I've offered and had accepted, is simply too good to not bring him in. He just looks absolutely fantastic, and I think it's worth getting Elliot Anderson out on loan and trying to revive Renato Sanchez's career. I think that's a fantastic shout. He's now 26. He's got lots and lots of caps. He is wanted by Champions League winners Benfica. If you guys haven't seen that clip, there was a clip of that on a Shorts on Instagram, TikTok, and here on YouTube about how somehow Benfica won the Champions League. Do you remember them in our group who we beat? Yeah, they won it, right? Which is infuriating. We've absolutely broken every single record there is under the sun, which I'm not even surprised about. But look, I've got my boy! My boy! If I was a good enough editor, I'd put that in from Harry Potter. If you don't understand the reference, very, very poor from you. I'm just waiting to really get this deal over the line for Renato Sanchez. And obviously, as well, the left-back position, we are also improving. We've had a deal accepted and completed for Destiny Udogie, but there is a guy that I'm after, Amar Dedic, who I just think looks a lot better. We're waiting for his attacking to come through, which once that comes through, we'll sort of decide. They're both 21 years of age, same speed. Dedic is better defensively, physically, mentally, a little bit worse aerially, but same vision, better technically. I'm interested to see what his attacking is. He is, £15 million more expensive, but I think he can do the inverted role very well. He can play both left and right, very strong on both feet. We're just waiting to see what that comes back as, and then we'll just decide on that one. But this rebuild of this Newcastle side is taking shape, and the squad is looking very, very good. Dedic is going to be accepted, and so is Renato Sanchez. Once them 2 deals are in, I'll show you the full team. And well, that confirms that then Amar Dedic is in for £40 million. I think that is an absolute no-brainer. He is a 3.5-star player. He looks absolutely fantastic. Let's be honest. He's unbelievable, and he can do sort of both roles, but he's going to do this inverted wing-back on support role for us. Fantastic on the ball. Great determination, pace, stamina. Yeah, I'm very, very happy. He plays left and right-footed. Fantastic. He's got a value of £130 million, which is a little bit astronomical. We're just waiting for the Renato Sanchez deal to come through. But I'll show you the team now, because Renato Sanchez is just a backup, which is a little bit crazy to say. But let me get in. Oh, actually, I need to just edit this tactic. Give me 2 seconds. And how much better does that look as a team? Nick Pope in goal. Timber as the right-back, playing as the inverted full-back. Mark Gurhey, Botman, Dedic, Bruno Guimaraes, Moretti, Smith Rowe, Gordon, Kubo, and Alexander Isaac. I think we have rebuilt Newcastle. I think we are going to win the league this year. If you want to see us win the league, come over and watch the Let's Play. It's great fun. Like I said, there has been about a 5-hour video that's probably released a couple of hours ago. You don't have to watch all 5 hours, but get a little gist of what's going on here at Newcastle. Still, some players to sell, some players to loan out. We're not done yet. We need to bring in another backup centre-back, and we need to bring in a backup striker to Alex Isaac. We haven't even come close to running out of money. By the time we get in Renato Sanchez, we're going to have about 650k left on wage budget and 90 million on a transfer budget. So I think now a one-nicked striker to back up Alex Isaac is the next major of business. This is fun. Right, and there is Renato Sanchez as well for just £14 million. Absolute bargain. We're going to revive his career, and he's going to be one of the greatest Portuguese midfielders the world has ever seen. And on the same day, Elliot Anderson heads out on loan to be an important first-team player at Stuttgart, which I think is a very, very good move for him. He's going to go and play Bundesliga football week in, week out. Anderson, hopefully he can come back next year and be absolutely, be involved, because that's what the plan is for him. Same for Lewis Miley, who I'm still trying to get out on loan as well. Mickey Almiron's kicking up a fuss. No one wants him. He doesn't want to leave. Look, he's not good enough. He's not to the required stat. I don't want to make everyone angry is the only issue, because I think we're building quite a good sort of thing here. I'll make sure he stays. Look, and Mickey Almiron's going to have to just be a a complete reserve option. Now, we are obviously still looking at the brand new striker, and I've got 2 strikers with offers accepted and contracts down for. So we'll go through them now, shall we? Got Elia Wahi. He's been the star of the Champions League this season already. It was wanted by Chelsea and Newcastle in real life in the summer just gone. Ended up going to RC Lens for more game time. Absolutely killed it in our save, 14 goals in 26 games. And in real life, looks like an absolute baller. And then we've got Lucas Beltran, who's a slightly different striker, a bit more strong, finishing still very good though. I mean, this guy looks fantastic as well. I don't really know anything about this guy. He scored 17 goals in 33 games in the Serie A just gone in our side, but was that River Plate? So I'm guessing he's just signed for Fiorentina in real life. So Lucas Beltran or Elia Wahi are both going to come in to be back up to what's his name? Alex Isaac. And then we've got Wout Goers, who's going to be our backup young centre-back to progress. He's going to have good potential, great leadership, and again, he's going to play very minimal games. He's going to be sort of our fourth choice centre-back this season behind Harry Maguire. And then obviously Gerhi and Sven Botman. But things are going very well. Wahi is all done and just waiting on a work permit. I want to see when Fran Beltran's scout comes back, if he or Wahi is better. I'm very much indecisive. The money doesn't really matter. They're very, very similar. I nearly went and signed the man, the myth, the legend, Evan Ferguson, but I thought that'd have been ridiculous. There's no point in bringing in Evan Ferguson. That'd have been almost too much of taking the mick. Look, Fran Garcia can go. I just need to get something accepted for him. Right, Wout Goers is in, which is fantastic. £11 million off the budget. We're doing well at spending money, that is for sure. And like I said, a great potential, good enough to be our fourth choice centre back, that's for sure. So happy that he is in. We are just waiting to see what Beltran thinks and to see if we've got his scout report yet, because that's the important thing that we're waiting on. But it's taken a while, which is a little bit annoying, and might be the reason we don't sign him, to be honest, because that's annoying me. And Wahi is done. Oh, what do we do? Wahi is younger. Where's Beltran gone? Beltran. Right, let me go. Let me find Beltran. Where's he gone? Look, you compare Wahi. I think Wahi is better. Obviously, it doesn't really help us in the slightest. I think we're going to get Wahi. Elia Wahi's coming in. £58 million. And I genuinely think everything is done now. We have completely rebuilt this Newcastle side. Sean Longstaff, thank you for your service. £15 million. You're off to Wolves. That's actually very good business from us there, I think. I think we've kept hold of both our youngsters in, what's his name? Elliot Anderson and Lewis Marnie to go out on loan, which I think helps them massively. And then we've brought in some absolute studs to replace them in midfield for this season. I mean, now we've actually completed our team. This is the end of the rebuild of this Newcastle side, and I think we've absolutely smashed it. Just looking at the first team, Pope, Timber, Gerhi, Botman, Dedic, Gimares, Smith Rowe, Moretti, Kubo, Gordon, Isaac. We'll then look at the backup team, which looks like that. We need to just invert the tactics so it goes the other way round, because Livramento could be the inverted wing-back, Dan Burn could be the defensive full-back. I mean, I'm actually in love at what we have done in just one transfer window. We have spent £366 million. That's a lot of money, but it was needed after last season, and I'm very surprised the board have allowed us to do what we've done. We've not actually financially crippled them. We've only spent money we have got. We've still got 30 million in the bank. So, look, things have gone a bit out of hand, but I think you've enjoyed. So £366 million spent. To update you, it's Mark Gerhi, £65 million, Kubo 36, Timber 68, Moretti 74, Dedic 39, Sanchez 13, Wout Goers 15, Elia Wahi 60, out the door, Sharp, Manquillo, Dummett, Kraft, Murphy, Lewis, Tonali, MacArthur, Underwemi, Trippier, Anderson and Longstaff. That has been quite some episode. Make sure you come back in the next few days. We have got Norwich at home to kick the season off and Spurs away from home. And like I said, smash 20 likes on this video and you can pick up from and you can get a double upload on the Sunday, because we're going to have one anyway. If you smash 20 likes on this one and the video that came out yesterday, double upload Sunday. So thank you so much for your support. I hope you enjoyed this rebuild of our Season 1 Newcastle save. Thank you for watching, and I'll speak to you next time.